Welcome to Melodic Logic. In this episode, we're going to be listening to The Luckiest from Ben Folds from his 2001 album, Rockin in the Suburbs. Now, I have heard this song. I've listened to it ever since it came out, but it's such a compelling song. It's very quiet. It's all led primarily with piano, very gorgeous piano. The song was originally written for a movie called The Loser for a particular scene, and that scene got cut out, so Ben decided to add it to his Rockin' in the Suburbs. So let's get started. Such a beautiful piano.
I don't get many things right the first time. In fact, I am told that a lot.
So right off the bat, we've got such a gorgeous arrangement between the piano and his voice and the way he's presenting the song. And then right off the start, we are getting, I don't get many things right the first time. So that's something we can all relate to. Not only that, in fact, I'm told that a lot. There's something about when a song starts that you're immediately connected to it. You're drawn into it. You want to know more. Just listening to this, the first two lines, you're like, okay, I can relate to it. Where's this going to be going as far as a song is concerned? I think it's such a brilliant way to start a song. All right, so let's continue.
I am told that a lot. Now I know all the wrong turns, the stumbles and falls brought me here.
So there's something beautiful about that phrase. It reminds us that everything we go through, whether it be good or bad, it's for a purpose. And he's recognizing that all of the stumbles and falls that he's been through is what's brought him here. Now, where that is, we don't know. But the point is, it's a relatable subject. You could be listening to this song for the very first time, understanding and listening to the words for the very first time. No matter what you're doing, you might be in a moment where this is what I needed to hear. This makes sense with everything that's been going on in my life right now. So just the first two lines, four complete lines, or in this song, are brilliant.
Where was I before the day that I first saw your lovely face? Now I see it every day.
She's so beautiful.
And I know that I am the luckiest.
Those words. Ben is phenomenal at writing. He's a great lyricist. Just the words of saying that, where was I before the day that I first saw your lovely face? And the fact that now they get to see it every day solidifies that he's the luckiest. He's the luckiest person alive to be able to witness and be around and see that face every single day. Nice cello in the background.
What if I'd been born 50 years before you, in a house on a street where you lived? Maybe I'd be outside as you passed on your bike. Would I know?
Meaning, would he know that that was a kindred spirit in his life? The phrase can be taken several different ways. Some people aren't overly pleased with it. It's implying that an older person is later in life seeing the younger person or younger variation of that person. And it might seem creepy, but it also could be the concept of reincarnation. Maybe he was in the beginning the luckiest person to be alive and to be with this person, and unfortunately something happened. And now that he's later and older and 50 years down the road, that he might see that same spirit in another being, in another person. And would he know? That's my take on it, at least. I think it's a beautiful line.
And in a wide sea of eyes, I see one pair that I recognize.
So just thinking about that, if you're don't look at it from being in a crowd perspective and being able to pick out those ones that have eyes. Imagine that you no longer have the love of your life, and all of the eyes that you see for the rest of your life. And then, in one moment, you see those same set of eyes. That's to me, just writing that in a story, in a song is impressive. It's beautiful. It's very precise. And I like that about Ben's writing. He's got the capability to really cut through and be extremely specific to drive home a direct meaning or direct message. Okay, I'll continue.
And I know that I am the luckiest.
He's the luckiest to have ever seen those eyes again. I mean, that's so true. In so many ways, we try to, on a daily basis, try to be able to portray our feelings and be able to articulate them properly. And the fact he's admitting that nothing he could say or do would ever be enough to explain the way he feels and loves them.
Next door, there's an old man who lived to his 90s and one day passed away in his sleep.
So sad but beautiful.
And his wife, she stayed for a couple of days and passed away.
That lifelong love. Okay, so if you have heard this song, I'm wondering if you've heard it through headphones, because there is a female vocal that comes in kind of almost like a spirit in the back end. I went back in just a couple seconds. Let me see if that's it. Okay, that wasn't quite far enough. All right, so it's in both ears, but try to listen. It's so beautiful and so simplistic. Okay, you probably have heard this at some point in time, not only because the song has been out for a while, but also because a lot of people will use this in their wedding, typically as the first dance. Because I think it, as I've already said, going through this, it portrays so much emotion, so much affection, so much meaning, yet in such a simplistic way. And for me, music, as I've said before, is really about having a connection. Because let's use food for an example. If there's a food that you eat only because you have nothing else to eat, or somebody's made a meal that it's not your favorite, but you're still going to eat it, right? You do get nourishment from that food, but you don't have that connection. Versus if you were to sit down and actually eat your favorite food, or have your favorite snack, or have your favorite beverage, whatever it might be, because there's something that's emotionally connected to that. And music is the same way. And a lot of people will use music, including myself, just to escape or just to relax. I mean, there's countless times throughout the day where if I need a break or if I need to let off some steam, I'll listen to music because it allows me to feel and release those emotions. What Ben did in this particular track it's gorgeous. It does all of those things. It's able to calm me. It's able to make the world around me quiet. And it's also able to help me listen and focus and pay attention to the emotions that I'm feeling and that the music is providing to me. And it's astounding. To me, it's having such a connection to music internally and understanding where it comes from is quite impressive. There are a couple of other songs and artists that we'll listen to as well, portraying that same information as far as how powerful music can be. So, what did you think? Is this a song you'd heard before? Did you by chance dance to it at a wedding, or at your wedding, or any other time? It's one of my favorites. We'll revisit several of Ben Folds and Ben Folds' 5 songs for the same purpose, that they're just beautiful, and I feel like sometimes music is so cyclical that we forget some of the greatest hits and some of the greatest songs that are out there. So what did you think? Do you agree? Did you like the song? Did you like it the first time you heard it? If this was your first time, did you like it, or are you going to go back and listen to it again and in its entirety and not having me talk over it? Are there any other songs, bands, or songs, like I said, that you'd like for me to talk about and discuss? If so, let me know. Post it in the comments. You can also post it on the channel community guide. I'd love to hear from you. Thank you so much for listening. I hope that you enjoyed it. Thanks for listening to Melodic Logic. Take care.